What is time? Well, the Oxford Dictionary says it's an indication of rhythm following a clef, generally expressed as a fraction with the denominator defining the beat as a division of a whole note and the numerator giving the number of beats in each bar. If that all sounded like word vomit to you, it's fine, I'm about to explain. Imagine you have a sandwich and it's 1 minute long, right? I know that's confusing, just stay with me. Now imagine you cut that sandwich up into 4 pieces and each piece is 15 seconds long. Now you have 4 slices of sandwich. Now let's say you eat all 4 slices of this sandwich in 1 minute. You just ate your sandwich at 4 beats per minute. Then you move on to the next sandwich and eat it in 4 and so on. That's your measure. And there's a lot of them in music. It's pretty much the basis. Now let's say you have that same sandwich, but you cut it into 3 and eat 3 pieces in 45 seconds. Then you move on to the next sandwich, eat another 3, so on and so forth, right? You're still eating at 4 beats per minute and you're finishing your measure, but it's only taking you 3/4 of a sandwich to finish it. Okay, I'm gonna drop the metaphor now. Most music comes like this. There's 4 beats every 1 measure, and every 1 measure with a denominator of 4 means it takes 4/4 to complete 1 measure. Most songs use 4/4, 4 beats over 4/4 at 150 beats per minute. Sounds like this, and stop! What is that, bro? Beats per minute. It means exactly what you think it does. If there's 4 beats in a measure and 60 seconds in a minute, then how many 4/4 measures does it take to complete a 60 BPM song? 15 measures. That's a little math. BPM isn't constant and it's a variable that allows music to sound different and unique. This is 180 BPM. This is 75. You hear the difference. Anyways, 4/4, right? It's what normal people use when they write music. Most popular music you hear is in 4/4. Example.
Yes, I did. So I packed it up and brought it back to the crib. Just a little something, show you how we live.
Some music uses 3/4, which is 3 beats in 4/4 measures, and you can tell if a song is 3/4 because it sounds more bouncy and waltz-like. Kind of like 4/4, but better. And when you hear it in a song, you can look at your friend and go, "This song's in 3/4." Bro, this camera is so buns, bro. Oh my god. Example. Now 3/4 and 4/4 are the 2 goats of music. Usually used the most, but there's one other that I'd like to talk about. 6/8. World's worst time signature. 6/8 is like 3/4, but instead of counting 3/4, you're counting 6/8. See how the denominator is different? See, it's like 8, it's not 4, you know. You see it? Usually 6/8 is divided into 2 and counted more like 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Because it's like 2 times 3 is 6, right? But if you make it easier, it's more like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But it's only 2. It's like the 2. It's ugly and I hate it. Here's an example.
That's the way every day goes. Every time we've no control. If the sky is pink and white, if the ground is black and yellow.
Time signatures out the way. Let's actually move on to like the notes themselves, you know, like playing the music. I hope you like dividing by 2, because that's all you're gonna be doing. We got the 4 basics: wholes, halves, quarters, and eighths. Wholes take up an entire 4/4, a half takes up 2/4, a quarter takes up a quarter, and an eighth takes up an eighth. They also have their own rest counterparts, so, you know, really get used to them. You know, you're gonna be seeing them a lot. Especially 8th notes and 16th notes, bro. They look the fucking same. A 4/4 bar at 150 BPM with all quarter notes would sound like this. The same bar with all 16th notes would sound like this. Because like the 16th notes, it's like divided. It's like, you know, 4. Now it doesn't stop at 16th notes. You could do any kind of division, you know. But there's a point where it becomes like humanly impossible, you know. So usually we stop at like 32nd notes. I've seen people do 64th notes though, so those people are kind of fucking crazy. So let's recap real quick. Whole note, half note, quarter note, 8th note, triplet. Wait, in music there's a lot of odd rhythms, with the most common being triplets, sixlets, you know, really anything divisible by 3, as well as quintuplets and septuplets. But like, those are disgusting. Bro, I'm chopped as hell. A triplet is like a little bit difficult to time if you're new, but it's basically 3 evenly split beats within a quarter. It's like this. Also, this bar up here tells you how fast to play it. This is a normal triplet. The notes last like about how long an 8th note would last. Like about. This is a sixlet. You know, the notes last about as long as a 16th note would last, you know. Now you're an expert at reading music. Predict how this bar will sound. If you thought then you were right. If you thought anything else, watch the whole video again, bro. Turn that shit around right now. Watch the whole fucking thing again. Okay, so now we know how to write our music, right? But I'm not gonna lie. This shit sounds boring as hell. You want it to sound good? Fucking God. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. That's all the white keys on a standard normal person piano. Rinse and repeat 7 times. You have a grand piano with 7 octaves on it. But like, bring it back. Bring it back for 1 second, okay? Just chill the fuck out. Chill out, bro. Calm the fuck down. You might be thinking, right? Aren't there black keys too? And to that I say, yes. C sharp or D flat, D sharp or E flat, F sharp or G flat, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat. That's it. You're probably asking why I called one note 2 things, and that's because they're the same. Usually because the sharps, the black keys, they land in the middle of 2 white keys. It's kind of interchangeable. So for example, C sharp can also be D flat because it's in between C and D, right? G sharp and A flat are the same thing because it's between G and A, you know. Catch up, bro. If there's not a black key in between the 2 notes, so like F flat is just E. F flat's just E, bro. Get with the program, bro. So now you know every real note on an octave. That's lit. Play this. You can't, huh? Dummy. Okay, if you're ever planning on playing any kind of music ever, there's 2 clefs you need to know. Bass clef and treble clef. Treble clef is like all the mid-range are pretty much like everything ever. Treble clef is like trumpets and flutes and pianos. I mean, pianos use both, but that's different. On the lines, there's E, G, B, D, F, and on the spaces, there's F, A, C, E. Each time you go up a peg, your letter also goes up. These can also be changed with a sharp or a flat. So if you have a C with a hashtag on it, you would actually play C sharp or D flat. I mean, they're the same notes. But with bass clef, it's the same thing, but it's not. On the lines, it's G, B, D, F, A. And on the spaces, it's A, C, E, G. I don't know how you're going to remember that. Just keep it in your head. Keep it tucked away. Grandma's baby daddy flew away. Now, if you're writing music and you want somebody to play multiple flats, are you going to go in there and write each flat on the note they want to play? At the beginning of your song, before the 4/4, before the fraction, that tells like the time signature, there's going to be a key signature. It's going to tell you what notes are flat, what notes are sharp, all that easy stuff. So that way they don't have to write it next to the note every time they want you to play an accidental. That's what it's called, by the way. It's called an accidental. Basically, it tells you which notes are going to be consistently flat in your song so that, yeah, I already... Get with the program, bro. This means that if you play a song with a key signature of B flat major, your B and E will be played as a flat even though they wouldn't be written directly next to the note. Okay. Now you know how to read music, right? Decipher this. It sounds like this. It's pretty tough, right? Guess what? You know how to you can read music now.
You shot a music video. I had 2 people fucking in the back of the